Hey everybody, welcome to Criminal Law. I'm really excited to teach you guys this term. I think this topic is going to be really exciting for all of you and for me. I know you guys are aware that I have a lot of experience in this area. I was a prosecutor for 6 years, so I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I really hope that you guys get a lot out of this class. So I built the our course website for you in Blackboard, and right here, I'm just going to do a tutorial for you guys to kind of walk you all through it so that you know exactly what to expect. So obviously right here we're on our homepage, and I should also note that I am in the student preview, so this will be the same type of pages that you guys will see when you open your Blackboard. Okay, so this will be, from your vantage point. All right, so here we're on the homepage of our course shell, and this is a famous quote from Sir William Blackstone: "Better that 10 guilty persons escape than that one innocent suffer." And I think that's a really important concept to keep in mind as we go through criminal law. So just if you scroll down here, I know that was kind of a big insert from the internet. If you just kind of scroll down here, you'll be able to see my announcements. I did put a welcome announcement here. It's just not there yet because the course isn't available to you guys yet, but it will be there. You'll get a welcome announcement, and I will communicate with you guys through the announcements page, and also via email, of course, all through the term. So, and you guys have all had me in class before, so you know what to expect with respect to that. I'm going to click over to the Meet Your Instructor tab. That is me again. You guys, I think, are all pretty comfortable and know me at this point, but nevertheless, that is me. It's a little background on me. Obviously, my contact information, which you all have. I also did a little welcome video for you guys, so feel free to check that out as well. Never hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for whatever you guys need. Moving right along, clicking into the syllabus. This is our master syllabus. It's all right here. This is Lady Justice. Justice is blind, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, and balancing the scales of justice. That'll be part of the class. I've kind of put that as our kind of theme throughout, and you'll see as I go along. But right here we have our syllabus, my course schedule, and attendance and participation requirements. You guys are pretty much all aware of this at this point, but nevertheless, we will have Kaiser Live sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. You must attend those. They count toward your attendance. If you can't attend for whatever reason, you have to let me know ahead of time, and you have to watch the recording from Kaiser Live within 24 hours and take the attendance quiz, which I'll give a little bit more detail on going forward, so that I can then change your attendance within 24 hours. But if you don't do it within 24 hours, I'm not going to change your attendance and you're going to be marked absent. So just make sure you get that done. It's just really important. Also, I will also mark you present with respect to attendance when you submit your weekly course assignments. What I'll do is I'll mark you present on that Sunday when you submit everything for that week. So you will have submitted the discussion board and any other assignments. As long as everything's in by that Sunday and complies with all of the other requirements of each assignment, I'll mark you present. So you'll get an additional attendance mark there. Obviously, you'll have to log into Blackboard constantly, get the work done. You guys all know this. You are comfortable with the course and how I've taught it in the past, and I really haven't changed anything because I want to keep things consistent for you guys. Participation is important. You can see my parameters there. Again, there are no changes from the past, so just make sure you review it to refresh your recollection. I put together a grading, evaluation methods, and due dates for all of our assignments and how your grades will be calculated. These are reiterated throughout the course, but you can see them all succinctly placed here. I've also placed a course calendar here for you where you can scroll through and see what will be due for each week, how your grade will be calculated. That's consistent with Kaiser policies, what the textbook is, how to obtain your textbook, various course objectives, outcomes, policies, and when our exams will be. You can see all of this clearly here. If you ever need to reset your password and tech support, this information is here for you as well. And these are all additional programs and policies that apply to this course as well as other courses that you all have taken with me and throughout the university. So there should be no surprises there. But definitely take a close look at this full syllabus and let me know if you have any questions, okay? Moving right along into the Student Resources tab. Again, we have the symbols of justice, the blindfold, the sword, and the scales. You can read the descriptions here. It's they are important concepts. They are bedrock principles of our criminal justice system. And I've applied them in the real world, and I can absolutely I'll explain them and talk to you about them throughout the course. This will be where right here, this instructional video, this video will be right there for you to review when you need to. So you also have here my contact information. Again, I've reiterated our course schedule and my attendance and participation requirements, as well as, again, you have repetition is always key, a copy of the grading, evaluation methods, and due dates all set out for you by date, what the assignments are. Again, another example of sample of the course calendar, your course textbook, how to get it, and any password and tech support you may need. And we will go through, I have here, refer to weeks 1 through 4 for specific details of all the assignments, and we will go through those in just one moment. All right. Clicking down to program resources, these are just overall course objectives and program missions for this particular course. And again, I've reiterated password and tech support should you need it. Okay, so I'm going to skip down here to, actually, you know what? I'll click on Kaiser Live for you guys. This is how to access Kaiser Live if you need to, or when you need to, which you'll absolutely have to attend our classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30. You would just click on Criminal Law Course Room, and then you would just click on Join Course Room here, and it will bring you right into it. If you ever need to watch a recording of any of our sessions, should you miss class, you just click right here on this upper left menu, and you would just click on recordings. Obviously, there's none there yet because we haven't had any, but that's where you would access them. Okay. So, and what I'll do is I'll show you guys the discussion board right here. This should all be similar to what you've seen in the past, no surprises, but I've set up the week 1 discussion board, week 2 discussion board, and week 3 discussion board for you guys. All the assignments are there, and you can access this page as well through all the weekly, through the week 1 through 4 tabs, which I'll go through in a moment, okay? So moving right along to, I'm gonna click on Start Here. Again, welcome to Criminal Law. Please make sure before the class starts, please fill out the certification. Just click on that and complete it. It's required. The university asks you to please do it. You're attesting, that you're not going to cheat, that you're going to abide by all of Kaiser's academic policies, and we appreciate that. So please do that as soon as you can. Again, I've reiterated our course schedule and attendance and participation policies here. Drafting, assignment, and plagiarism. You guys are going to do a case brief this term as your formal drafting assignment. I will explain how to do all of that, so don't stress. Plagiarism is obviously not tolerated at all. I will check all of your work through a program called Safe Assign, so make sure you're not in any way plagiarizing anything ever. All of your work should be your own independent thoughts. Of course, you can rely on information from others. You just have to make sure you cite it and give it credit with respect to that it was someone else's idea or someone else's work, okay? And you would just simply refer to it, say you agree or don't agree, build on it, but make sure you always cite it, okay? And obviously, I've put unexpected illness or event. You guys know me. Please communicate with me about anything that you need through the term should something come up. I know these are unprecedented times where obviously illness can strike at any moment at this point. And you guys just reach out to me, keep me updated, let me know if anything happens. Hopefully that is not the case, and it does not, but we have to be prepared, okay? So should you need anything, you guys know where to reach me. Text me, call me anytime, okay? So moving right along into week 1 here, I give you week 1 summary of dates and what's going to be and the assignments, week 1 readings, as well as the PowerPoints. So check those out. It's chapters 1 through 3 will be in week 1. Here's your week 1 discussion board. You can click right on there, and then it'll bring you right to the discussion board page. You'll click on week 1 discussion board. Obviously, there's nothing here yet because there's been no discussion yet, but in order to create your post, you would just click on Create Thread right here, and you would post your affirmative post, as well as for each discussion board assignment, you need to reply to at least 2 of your classmates, okay? You guys should all be pretty familiar with that process at this point, but never hurts to reiterate it. So I'm going to click back to week 1 for a moment. Also, here's your drafting assignment for week 1. This will be where you guys are going to do a case brief. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment, and of course I'll give you more details about it as we go on, but you would just make sure that you click on it. Obviously it's all there. I have created a rubric for you, and when you submit it, you should obviously create it in a Word document on your computer, and then what you just attach it by browsing your computer, attach files, and just click submit, just like you guys have all in the past. There haven't been any issues with that, so just keep it up. Okay. And lastly, just like we did in all of our prior classes that we've had together, you'll do a weekly journal. Just click on Journal Criminal Law. You'll click on that and then just click on Create Journal Entry, and it will, and you can create a journal entry, and you'll do one for each week 1, week 2, week 3. So just make sure you do that. It counts toward your overall class participation grade, even though it's not individually graded. So just please make sure that you do that. And you can communicate with me. It's also a private way to communicate. No one sees your journal entries except me. Okay. So moving right along, I'm going to click actually into week 2. You can see your week 2 summary here, the week 2 reading and all the PowerPoints, our week 2 discussion board, week 2 course objective exercise. Again, same situation, a bunch of questions. You're going to read some information and about a case. Again, you just click on that. It's, again, scored out of 100, but there's various questions here I want you to address. And then just make sure you hit Browse My Computer, attach your file, and make sure you submit it into Blackboard that way, okay? Heading back to week 2, just real quick to make sure we cover everything. That should be it. That's it. And then just your journal again for week 2. Okay. So make sure you complete all those requirements. And again, you've got the week summary and as well as the course schedule in the syllabus. So you'll know when everything's due. Oh, I should also mention, I apologize. You will also see the midterm will be below journal, this journal in week 2 when I make it available to you guys. And you will take the midterm on Thursday of week 2, and it'll be right there at the bottom, just like it has been in the past. And the midterm exam will be on Thursday, July 16th. Okay. So moving right along, if we go here into week 3, again, your week 3 summary, your week 3 reading with all the PowerPoints. You'll note a couple times I split up the reading into 2 different sections. Just make sure you read all of that. And you guys all have the textbook so you can see which pages I highlighted. But don't be surprised that there were 2 there. I was just trying to break things down as easily as possible. Again, week 3 discussion board, you can link it right there by clicking on the link to the discussion board page and doing the week 3 discussion. And here's your week 3 course objective exercise. Again, make sure you complete it in a Word document, and then you just submit it through Blackboard, just like I showed you before by basically creating it as an attachment or submitting it as an attachment. And again, your week 3 journal right there at the bottom. And then finally, week 4. Your week 4 summary is we will have class on Tuesday, July 28th. We're going to do an ethics discussion, and I'm also going to do final exam review. Here is the ethics PowerPoint I put together. And then you'll also take the final and the post test on Thursday, July 30th, which will both be available here. You'll see the final and the post test right below here in week 4, just like you've seen it in the past in our other courses. Okay. And the last thing I want to touch on real quick that I put together for you guys is the Legal Help Center. These are all various resources that you guys can use and have access to. The most important is going to be right here for case briefing, because this is going to be what you the format you guys are going to follow when you do a formal case brief. So just make sure that you check all of this out, read through all the details of what it means and how to do it. And then I also created a PowerPoint presentation right here for you. So if you just click on that, it'll download a PowerPoint that really breaks down how to create a case brief. Okay. And of course, if you have any questions, you know how to reach me, and I'm happy to answer anything that you have, and we'll talk more about it in class. Okay. And then obviously your grade book, you can view your grades and everything there. Everything's all broken down, and you'll be able to see it as the term goes on. Okay, that is it, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know, reach out to me, but I am really looking forward to teaching you criminal law this term. I will talk to you soon. Bye.